Hello there, and welcome to day number 26 on the road to 2000 Elo Rapid Series. I am playing with the white pieces in this game, and after e4, c6, I don't know this opening. I think I can just play d4 and then d5. Taking is also an option. Knight f3 is also an option. I don't really know this opening very well. Let's go d5 here. It seems very natural to be able to, close in my opponent's position. Restrict, probably the better word. Um, and there's no way to attack this pawn, and this pawn on e4 is not being attacked as well. So yeah, the knight having to go backwards early on just doesn't seem very strong. Even d6 looks interesting. I don't know if I want to play just yet. Playing knight f3 allows my opponent to play d6 themselves. d6 and then what? d6 looks good, right? Because then the knight moves out of the way. Um, and then I take, queen takes, or pawn takes, queen takes, knight moves out of the way. I can't take this pawn, though. Interesting stuff to consider. Do I have better? Here, queen takes, knight here. Is there anything else I can do? Can I solidify this in any way? Or can I make this not work? Maybe something like bishop b5 could be interesting. Bishop b5 prevents d6. I don't know if it can be punished. Let's go bishop b5. If c6 is played, d takes c6, b takes c6. Actually, no, that doesn't help. Maybe I should just go c4 and then knight c3. Let's do that. Okay, also, I have to play faster. That's one thing I've realized I definitely have to play faster. It's a problem that keeps on happening, and I gotta fix that. Okay, they spend a move moving their knight. I'm not too worried about that. Let's go knight here to f3. We're gonna play some simple chess. Um, I'm gonna maybe try to attack this bishop, make it seem a little useless. Maybe a knight a4 could be interesting. Uh, bishop here doesn't do much. Instead, maybe let's just develop a bishop instead. Prepare to castle. And at least now this pawn's protected, so I can move my knight out of the way. Wow, my opponent's playing so fast too. They're not even thinking. It's such a, I don't know. Here the h6. Let's play a3. Preparing b4. b4 now looks really good. Let's do that. And we can even close in the bishop. I would expect b6 afterwards, but then we can play something like c6. Or right now we can just castle as well. Let's just castle first. b6 now is not good because it closes in their own bishop. All right, that makes a lot of sense. I'm thinking probably bishop here, but then h6 is a move. Is there anything else I can do? Maybe I should try to make a plan to bring my knight into the game. Maybe I should solidify this square. So let's go queen e2, preparing bishop e3. But then I have to worry about this knight move. So perhaps early on something like g3? Or instead of queen e2, what about rook e1? Rook e1 preparing bishop e3. So that I'm not pressured by the knight at all. Try to trade the bishops. I don't know if trading the bishops is actually good, but I mean, I'm going to do it anyways. That was the whole point of what I played. Now something like c5 is a little bit more dangerous. Let's see if we can get our queen into the game. Where would the queen go? Also, what's this knight doing? This knight's not doing anything currently. It's staring at a deep dark space. Let's go g3 to try to play something like knight here. Although we can't just do that yet. But at least this cuts off the knight's options to get into the game. Ultimately, I think the move I'm trying to... okay. They're going for something here. Pawn takes, bishop takes. Maybe I shouldn't do anything. But if I don't do anything, this move looks annoying. Let's take. let's take. Probably now bishop takes. And then probably something like queen here. Queen d3, which is a skewer. The rook can slide to f6 though, and they're fine. Do I have a better move? Although the rook sliding to f6 is not great because I have knight e4. Okay, well, I'll play knight e4. Oh, knight e4 loses a knight. So maybe I should play something else. King g2 seems scary to me. Knight here, rook here, knight takes with check. Maybe they'll make this mistake. Let's see. Maybe they'll just see rook takes. Okay, they don't miss that. Unfortunate. You never know. Okay, now we got to protect this rook. This knight, sorry, is what I meant to say. We can go rook e3 now. There's no bishops on the board, which is really nice. So as long as the knights don't have a way of getting into my position, then I'm chilling. Pretty much fine. The other thing I could do is go queen here. That looks bad. At least as of now. King here, maybe? King here walks into knight checks. Those knight checks don't do anything just yet, though. Let's go king g2. Because I want to play queen e3. Trying to, get my queen to a more... Okay, never mind. Now I can't do that. What I can do, though, is get my knight into the game. Something like this. If pawn takes, obviously. The pawn probably shouldn't take, because after pawn takes, knight can take back to get rid of this threat on the queen and the rook. Okay, well now that's definitely a mistake, no? Pawn takes. Okay, knight takes first. Can I threaten a promotion? Probably not. Let's go rook takes here. Rook takes or queen takes? Or pawn takes first. Okay, no, we should take back. They're going to win the pawn back. Okay, this is all fine. But we're going to get the open file, which is really nice. The one thing to worry about is my queen is kind of stuck on protecting the knight. That's something to constantly worry about. Okay. Can I not just play rook back? I feel like I can. I don't see how the knight gets into the game just yet. Everything's covered right now. Maybe this is going to be a threat later on. But I can slide my rook onto f1 to protect this pawn afterwards, and then the knight can take back. I should probably do something like play queen e4 if I can. Just to stop any e4 ideas from my opponent. I feel like that would make sense as long as I can make sure that the e4 square is not pressured by the knight. And we gotta think. Okay, my opponent's finally thinking. I don't think I played this great. I think I missed some advantages. I missed some opportunities to take advantages. But I'm very low on the clock. Which always seems to... Really? Okay, so queen takes has to be played. And then are they going to play what? Queen takes, rook here, knight takes, queen takes with check. Does this win? I don't see it. And if anything else is played, then I can just take with my queen, right? So let's do this. So here, 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 here. And then I don't see how they win. Maybe queen check this way. But then the queen can block. Oh, what did I miss? You can take a pawn. Oh, I just missed that completely. Okay, sure. I mean, this is a lot less scary than I thought. We'll just take. And we'll go like rook here. Going after their weaknesses. I should watch out for knight moves. That's probably my biggest concern right now. Maybe I can kick out the knight. Oh, they're going for what? Rook check, no? Okay. We'll keep the pressure on the knight. And now the knight's going to be completely out of the game. The other option is this. And then here. That actually kind of looks better. So takes, king takes, there, rook here probably. Okay, no, we'll do this. Keep the rooks on the board. And then I can go rook here afterwards. Perhaps. Okay. What am I trying to do here? Oh god, I gotta think. I gotta think faster. I am not thinking faster. Okay, I gotta protect this pawn, probably. I'm just going for trades. I think my opponent's more than happy with the draw based on how they're playing so far. Let's get the knight in the game. If my opponent ever attacks the pawn on e3, I can just defend with the king, which is nice. Also, that would hang a rook. So, a knight. Apologies. Okay. Can we set up threats? That is top of mind right now. We can attack this pawn first, for starters. And then after the rook defends here, then we can go here. Which is nice. I'm so low on the clock. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. It keeps happening. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you can take that pawn, but I'm not too worried about that pawn. Here. You can take this one, too. I don't mind. Because now I have knight here, I think. And I don't see how you defend it. At least that's what I was thinking in my head. It doesn't win, but it looks good. Looks pretty good. Actually, pretty much wins because it wins the knight too as it stands. The knight probably has to. Oh, the knight has to go. Where does the knight go? This square. And then I'm going to be up a pawn at the end of this because I'm going to take this and then take that. So knight here takes. Oh wow, really? Wait, you're dropping? Oh, okay, he's not dropping his knight. I thought he was dropping his knight for a second. Okay, move my king. Kind of have to. Play this. Play this. And is there any check? No, not that I can see. He's gonna go here, I guess. I have perpetual if I want it. Should I go for perpetual? Probably not. Okay, maybe I should because it might be a draw. Do I have a way of winning? 40 seconds to think about this. Here, knight takes. Can I win this pawn at all? Oh wait, no, I don't have perpetual. Oh my goodness. I just realized I don't have perpetual. Yeah, but I can at least win his knight. And now I'm just up a pawn in this endgame. So, okay. I have to draw, at the very least. This is going to be annoying. There are ways I could lose this, by the way. Okay. We'll go here, probably. This should be completely drawing, but you never know. You never know. I'm very low on time. But like there's no real traps in the position, that's the one thing. If I can just trade off the rooks, then I'm fine. Go here, maybe? If I can. That would be a good move. Here, and then king g3 or something. Okay, I can't, but that's fine. What is this? Not sure what that does. Probably something good, but I don't know. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna lose. Oh no! I messed this up. Alright, this is a loss. Wow. I suck at managing my time. My goodness. Alright, well, I should resign. Alright. Tough L. That was completely drawing, right? Did I have a win? I wasted way too long thinking I had perpetual and I didn't have perpetual. That was so silly of me. Very amateur mistake. And yeah, this was just... Oh, this was better for me. I mean, it makes sense. I'm up a pawn. So what am I supposed to do here? I guess we'll analyze, and I'll get right back to this. Okay, let's see how this game went. It started with e4 and knight c6, which is the Nimzowitsch defense. I've always heard of the Nimzo, but I never knew that this is what it was. I typically hear about the Nimzo Indian, which I believe is probably knight c6, b6, bishop b7, based on my knowledge of other Indians. Probably, possibly g6, bishop g7. If anybody knows what the Nimzo Indian is, please do let me know in chat. After knight c6, I played d4. E5 is played, and I play d5, pressuring the knight and forcing it to go back. And c4 is apparently a book move, but the best move in position is developing either a knight to f3 or c3, or playing h4. I decided to go with c4 so I can develop the knight without blocking in my c-pawn, which is what I decided to go for. And here I bring out both knights to their natural development squares. Bring the bishop out to d3, so I'm able to move my knight on c3, overprotecting the pawn on e4, and playing this a3 move, preparing b4, also not allowing the b4 square for the bishop to pin my knight to my king. And now b4 is played, forcing the bishop back, my castle. Opponent plays d6, and here I went rook e1, which is also the right move. Lovely to see. Okay, it feels like it was a pretty high accuracy game from both sides. We'll have to check what the accuracy was afterwards. But yeah, trade's on the board. And here's the first mistake of the game with queen to f6, which I thought was a good move. Because I ended up playing 94, which is a mistake because the queen can just go back and then, you know, I lose my advantage. What's the move here? It's knight d4. Knight d4. It's a crazy looking move. I mean, it's nice. Pawn takes and obviously rook takes is the idea, but after king h7, where do we continue? Is my question. Apparently you just go knight e2. Let's say rook here. I really like, after rook takes, there's a common idea here, and yes, it is the best move, of blocking the connection between two attacking pieces. And now this rook on f2 is hanging, so the rook's going to have to move somewhere. If you look carefully in this specific scenario, The rook has no good squares to move to, besides, I guess, b2, which looks awful. And yeah, you're just playing without this piece almost, essentially. Um, After something like rook f1, there's some crazy ideas going with the rooks both active, the queen pinning the knight, and so on and so forth. So cool stuff, cool stuff. Not what happened though. I did not find that. That feels very engine movie, to be honest. I don't think, although it's findable in the sense that it's technically a trade of pieces that comes with tempo, but it's not easy to allow this threat. So anyways, knight e4 happens, the queen steps back, and now king g3, trying to protect the knight on f3. Apparently the better way to do that was going knight fd2, just not caring about this pawn. Actually, no, knight fd2 is nice because now your knight's eyeing, and I think I missed that. I think I missed the fact that my knight's defending here. Defending the pawn here. And then I can actually move this knight. So I played king g2, and we're going into an equalish endgame. Here, this is too premature. I should have played just a4, bettering my pawn structure. Now after knight f6, pawn takes, knight takes, rook takes, sorry, pawn takes, and we're going into an equalish endgame, and black has the slightly better position given the pressure they're exerting on me. And so the consolidation I have is the control on the c-file, but they have a huge attack building against my knight on f3, and so I have to play a rook e3 only move, defending the knight, not very hard to find. And here they drop a pawn with pawn takes, and then the queen takes the pawn back on d5. I take, the rook takes, and now rook c7 is played, which is the best move. Rook e8 check is played. And here I had to make a decision. I realized this during the game, but I think I made a silly mistake. I calculated rook takes, king takes, rook here, and I thought the knight could defend this pawn. But the knight cannot defend this pawn, the knight can only attack the rook. So that was just me being silly, because I'm pretty sure, no, rook takes, king takes, rook here, and you can't defend this pawn. Okay, b5, but then I just play here, you can't defend this pawn. So yeah, that was just a bad mistake by me. I mean, I could have won this game probably. 2 minutes on the clock, I think, would be enough for me to convert a pawn advantage in that situation. But we ended up playing in this endgame where I had, a worse pawn structure, but a better threat after knight f5. And what happened, and this is so silly of me, is that I thought here that I had perpetual, so I wasted almost 30 seconds playing a rook b7 check. What a silly move to play, especially because of the fact that it's not even the right move. King g4 is apparently the right move. And it makes a lot of sense. I mean, even here, probably I should have, yeah, king g4 immediately would have been way better. It attacks the knight. So probably what's best is knight takes if you're trying to win this pawn. But then I bring my king up, and what you got to realize is king g6, if it can be played on the next turn, becomes a huge threat, because then it means rook b8 is a checkmate idea. So you probably have to play something like rook c2 here. And then after king g6 now, it doesn't go anywhere, because you have rook c8, and not even rook c8, apparently it's rook c6 here, which prevents my king from coming into the game and from blocking off this king. So, interesting stuff. But yeah, I just missed the fact that the king becomes an attacking piece at the end of the game. I was just worried about defending stuff. And so I just wasted too long, went for a check here, traded the knights. I have to take back with the pawn if I don't want to lose the pawn on h2. King takes on h4 is also drawing, apparently. Maybe this would have been easier to draw, actually, because I don't have to deal with the double pawns. What happened here was that I was going to lose the pawn anyways, so maybe it would have been easier that way. But yeah, this should be a draw, except for the fact that I had 11 seconds against an opponent who had 4 minutes. I lose the pawn here. What I got to do is just check repeatedly. Rook f5 check, king g6, probably rook f6 check. If king g7, then just probably rook f4 looks good. And when this rook moves out of the way to try to make progress for the pawn, you just go king f5 and you try to bring your king to the attack on this pawn. And as long as the king is cut off, you are better. So if king here try to defend the pawn, I can just go king g4. Now this king can never come in, and the pawn can try to push forward, but just something simple like rook f3, pawn up, rook f2. Oh, that loses? Oh, because of the king. So, you know, here, and then king h3, I guess, trying to make sure you don't have any checks against you, leads to a draw. But yeah, even a rook versus rook endgame, I would not draw with 5 seconds left on the clock. There's just too many moves possible, and a repetition's not going to happen. So, yeah, just time. Just really time. I just got to play faster. That's something I got to work on. If anybody has any tips for playing faster chess, do let me know. I don't think it's me being bad at bullet or blitz necessarily. I think it's me overestimating how much time I have at the start of the game. It's just something I gotta work on, I guess. We'll see. But at the end of the day, it is a loss. And we are ending this game today with 1683 elo, descending back down. Now, I'm becoming less and less optimistic about being able to hit 1700 by the end of the month, but certainly still on the table. We got about a week left, given that this is a 31-day month. Halloween coming up, spooky season. And what we need is just about 2 wins, I guess, maybe even 3 at this rate, to be able to hit 1700. So let's see. Let's find out. I appreciate the support y'all have given me. I don't think I've mentioned it in the video yet, but if you're not already subscribed to the channel, would appreciate it a lot. It does help out. As long as the likes and comments that y'all are sending my way, the engagement helps the channel grow. Helping the channel grow means I get to do this longer, and hopefully we'll be at closer to 2,000 sooner than you expect. We'll see. We will see. Thanks for watching. Take care. My nose is completely blocked. It has been for the last few days. I don't know if you people have realized that I sound a little weird. It's because nasal congestion. It's not fun, but it is what it is. And I'm out here enjoying Japan, so yeah, I can't complain too much. Life is good. Hopefully the chess will be good too in the next few days. All right, catch y'all next time. Sayonara again. Bye-bye.